Derek Hayes sat in the back seat of his car, eyes fixed on the screen of his phone. The latest customer complaint read, "Rude staff, refused service, never coming back." The one before that wasn't any better. Felt completely unwelcome. Do better. His stomach twisted. He had bought the juice bar chain 7 years ago, believing in its mission. Healthy drinks, fresh ingredients, and a welcoming atmosphere. But lately, something had gone wrong. Sales at one of his locations had dipped. Customer complaints piled up. When he asked his district manager, she gave vague answers. Probably just difficult customers, she said. Nothing to worry about. But Derek was worried. He had worked too hard building this company to watch it unravel. He needed to see the truth for himself. So he came up with a plan. He grew out his beard, swapped his tailored suits for a hoodie and worn jeans, and threw on thick-rimmed glasses. No one at that specific location had seen him in person. His face was on the company website, sure, but employees at the store level rarely interacted with corporate. He could walk in unnoticed, just another customer. As he stepped out his car and approached the storefront, something already felt off. The signature green and orange signage was there, but the windows were smudged and the outdoor trash bin was overflowing. He pushed open the door. Inside, the place looked relatively clean, but the energy was ice cold. The cashier, a young man with a name tag that read Kevin, barely glanced up from his phone. A teenage girl behind the counter wiped down the blenders slowly, disinterested. Derek stepped in a line behind an elderly woman wearing a faded cardigan. She rummaged through her purse, pulling out a mix of coins and crumpled bills. Kevin sighed audibly. "Ma'am, that's not enough for a smoothie." The woman looked up, embarrassed. "Maybe just the smallest size?" "We don't do discounts," Kevin cut in. "If you don't have enough, I can't help you." Derek's jaw clenched. The woman hesitated, slowly putting the money back into her purse. "Hold on," Derek said, stepping forward. "I got it." Kevin barely looked at him. "It's not about that, man. We can't just be giving handouts." Derek ignored him and turned to the woman. "Order whatever you want. It's on me." She hesitated, then gave a small smile. "Strawberry banana, please." Derek handed Kevin a 20. The cashier took it, rolling his eyes as he punched in the order. The woman thanked Derek softly and moved aside. Derek wasn't done. "Is that how you treat all your customers?" he asked Kevin. Kevin shrugged. "We get people like that all the time. If we gave out drinks to everyone who asked, we'd go out of business." She wasn't asking for a handout. She was trying to pay. "Whatever, man. You want to waste your money, fine." Derek said nothing but took mental notes. He glanced at the rest of the staff. The girl cleaning the blenders, Eliza according to her tag, was working but listlessly. A tall guy near the back chopped fruit, muttering under his breath. But then Derek noticed someone different. A woman, maybe mid-20s. Her tag read Riley. Unlike the others, she moved with urgency, checking orders, restocking supplies, even helping the elderly woman carry her smoothie to a table. She was picking up the slack, clearly exhausted but doing the work. When Derek stepped back in line, Kevin barely acknowledged him. "What do you want?" "Mango pineapple smoothie. $6.50. Derek paid and leaned in. "You been here long?" Kevin shrugged. "Few months." "You like it?" Kevin gave him a look. "It's a job. And her?" Derek nodded toward Riley. Kevin scoffed. "Riley? She tries too hard. Management type. Acts like she's the boss." Derek took his smoothie, stepped aside, and sipped. The drink was decent, but the atmosphere? Sour. Without another word, he left. But he wasn't finished. The next morning, Derek didn't return to corporate. He drove back to the juice bar, arriving before it opened. He parked across the street, watching. Riley was already inside, restocking fruit trays. Kevin strolled in late, hands in his pockets. Derek entered as the doors unlocked. The place was empty except for staff prepping for the day. Riley greeted him warmly. "Hey, welcome in. We're just about to open, but I can take your order if you don't mind a short wait." "No rush," Derek replied. She walked over, drying her hands. "Were you in yesterday?" "I was. Figured I'd check the place out again." She glanced toward the back, where Kevin was half-heartedly setting up the register. "Honest opinion, what did you think?" Derek paused. I think some people here care a lot more than others. Riley chuckled softly. That sounds about right. How long you been here? 2 years. Started part-time and never left. Somebody had to keep this place together. You're not a manager? Shift lead. Technically. Our actual manager barely shows. I handle most of it. Derek's jaw tightened. Who's the manager? Claire. She checks in a few times a week. Mostly to call and get sales numbers. If something major happens, she'll come by. Otherwise, it's just us. That explained a lot. Riley tilted her head. Why all the questions? Just want to understand how this place really runs. She smiled. Then you should come back later. Mornings are slow. Afternoons? That's when it gets real. Challenge accepted. Derek left for a few hours and returned just before the afternoon rush. He grabbed his seat near the counter. The chaos started within minutes. Orders piled up. The blender station backed up. Customers got impatient. Kevin struggled. But Riley, she was a machine. Fixing mistakes, remaking drinks, calming customers. A mother with 2 young kids stepped up. 3 smoothies. The total caught her off guard. She switched from card to cash, counting bills. She was $1 short. Kevin didn't flinch. You're short. Gotta take something off. Riley stepped in. I got it. She handed Kevin $1 from her pocket. The mother thanked her with tears in her eyes. Derek had seen enough. He walked to the counter. I need to speak with Claire. Kevin blinked. She's not here. Call her. Dude, she's not coming because some guy says so. Derek pulled out his phone and dialed. Claire? It's Derek Hayes. I'm at your store. Get here. Now. Kevin's face went pale. Riley's eyes widened. You own this place? She asked. He nodded. Yes. 15 minutes later, Claire rushed in. Mr. Hayes, I didn't know you were coming. When's the last time you spent a full shift here? Claire faltered. I don't need to be here full time. That's why we have shift leads. He turned to Riley. How often does she show up when needed? Riley hesitated, then not often. Derek turned back. You have a cashier turning away customers. Your shift lead is the only one keeping this place together. And she's not even being paid like it. Claire started to defend herself. When's the last time you spoke to a customer here? Not reviewed sales. Spoke to one. Silence. I watched an elderly woman humiliated. A mother struggling. And your team letting one person do all the work. Claire turned to Kevin. Is this true? I followed policy, he mumbled. The policy isn't cruelty, Derek snapped. This company was built on being welcoming. If someone's short on change, you work with them. No one told me that, Kevin muttered. Exactly, Derek said, turning back to Claire. Because there's no training. Riley laughed bitterly. I figure things out myself. Derek exhaled. Effective immediately, Riley, your manager. Full title. Full pay. Riley blinked. I what? Claire, you're being reassigned. You'll oversee training development. Because clearly, we need it. Claire nodded stiffly. Riley, you have full authority. Hire, fire, restructure. If someone's not meeting standards, they go. She looked stunned, then determined. Okay, but if I'm doing this, I want to do it right. What do you need? Better training. Standards. Expectations. People don't care because no one gives them a reason to. He nodded. Build the environment you want. She did. The change was slow, but real. Orders moved faster. Staff responded quicker. Riley led with purpose. Even Kevin changed. When a construction worker came up short, Kevin covered the difference. Riley pulled him aside. That was good. Figured it wasn't worth making a scene. You want to stay here? He nodded. Then keep that up. Lisa took notes. It's better. Still needs work. You're not here to observe, Derek said. You're here to build a system. Across every location. Understood. Riley approached Derek. I have a few former employees who left because they couldn't stand how things were. I think they come back now. Bring them in. As Derek stepped back toward the door, the store buzzed behind him. A better version of itself, just beginning to take shape. He made sure it stayed that way.